Alright, guys, I'm back. I don't really know what happened, but it's fine. But it's fine. Okay. What I was gonna say was before I lost connection for some reason was that Jesse's actually doing something I just realized. Jessie is actually doing, and I realize this is her first stream with Wes, but she's actually doing probably like the easiest stream she could do. Because literally all they're doing in the stream is just looking at and reacting to community posts from Queen of Spades. So it's not like even video or that you would even need to know like a lot about Queen of Spades. It's you react to literally what you see. And like so far at least, Wes hasn't even made her read it. So like Wes is reading it and then all she needs to do is pay attention and react. This is like later on she has like some other stuff. Or it's a bit more complex, I suppose, but this stream is like really easy. Like for what should be like a very easy stream, like she's still flubbing it. Like anyone should be able to do this because you can just react to what's going on. Like you don't need to know who Queen of Spade is to be able to react to these community posts. It's not super specific things anyway. As long as you know who Queen of Spade is, RSN and Wes, I mean you're good. And Muse as well.
Yeah, I had to pay more because Muse likes going to court. People like this, these victim types who make things up about people and are constantly victims and believe everyone's out to get them. They are the first people to pick up the phone and call the police. They will harass people and do whatever they can and make up stories about people, but as soon as a little heat's on them and they're about to be exposed for their bullshit, they want to get the law involved. So no, wrong, and I never claimed to be a victim. If anything, I can tell you that I'm sure Muse would agree that turned out much worse for Muse than it did for me, and no one will believe Muse again because people like this don't deserve to be believed when they're the biggest victim.
And not only that, but she didn't expect the human trafficking call. She didn't expect that to be exposed. Like that.
No, of course not.
She thought that was going to be like a private call. But
yeah, well, what she really expected was everyone just to believe her because you believe all victims, and she had tried this before. A few years earlier, she had human trafficking claims, and so it's always something with her. And this next one, it was me and Slothcat and I, who all of a sudden she's including Slothcat, the person that she struck for using some of her songs in a video where she was twerking in dirty underwear, and she got so mad she did a copyright strike. And
how do you do a copyright strike? Because I'm fairly interested in that.
Oh my god, I was just about to compliment Jessi for bringing up the FBI call or whatever, the sex trafficking hotline call, because like I had forgotten about that. I mean, like I said, Muse shit was a long time ago. So that was actually some good insight. But now she's like, how do you do a copyright strike? Like, girl, stay on top of like it's not like Wes and her aren't. I mean, I don't think they were talking every day at this point, but it's not like they weren't talking regularly. So she could have literally just asked him after the stream. Any sort of auto tune or any sort of bullshit like that.
Considering, everything going on, I have tried, and they every time they go through all the links and everything, they say you need to go to court, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? All these links that have been hitting and pressing and all that.
Who's stealing your content?
Well,
No,
anyone that has used my Twitch content, which I kind of knew that people were going to do this anyway, but in the Twitch contract, you sign off multiple times.
Yeah, the Twitch content where she shows her boobs. Like, literally, accidentally was what she says, but she literally reaches into her, like, shirt or her dress and then, like, pulls each one of her breasts out, like, very, like, slowly, in fact, too. So you can't just say it was, like, an accident. It would be different if, like, she was just, like, jumping on the ball, maybe wearing, like, a low-cut shirt and then, like, her nipples accidentally came out or whatever. No, that didn't happen. She pulled out her pancake titties. That's what I'm calling them now. Her pancake titties. And yeah, that's what happened.
Times, because I was like, why do I have to keep saying this? Like, you agree that there's two different things you switch off and on Twitch. You can say that people can copy your videos, and then people can't copy your videos. So you can sign two different agreements. I signed the agreement saying that people cannot contact my videos, and then I can.
She's a mom with CPTSD.
Hold on, because people are reminding me.
She is a mom.
I feel like people upload like a lot of re-upload like a lot of Twitch stuff. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how big a creator you are. Like whenever I can't even think of like a big I don't know. I don't fucking use Twitch. But regardless, I'm sure some big creators could probably get away with like, hey, don't sell my content. But like, if it's for archival purposes, I don't know if that's really stealing it. But I mean, I guess you could say so. It just depends. But if it was something actually on her YouTube channel, then she could say that. But like, people archiving it so that it's just not lost media I mean, that's a different story.
She is a mom with CPTSD.
That's the thing to remember, guys. Nothing that Queen does is going to matter because she is a mom with CPTSD, and that is the biggest takeaway from all of these messages. Is she's a mom, she has CPTSD, and we don't even need this problem.
Good point, evil little McNuggets.
Because
yeah, it's the same thing, the same exact thing. I'm a mom.
This girl is a mess.
I'm a mom.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't even we don't and then one more reminder.
Stop sipping for RSN.
So let's stop that. So back to and Slothcat had a response, and I thought it was kind of a cool response. So I wanted to play that because she thought that Slothcat was going to take that sitting down. So there were two things that happened. First of all, because Queen was so upset about the video, she didn't want the video up, and she was embarrassed about the dirty undies. So we changed the twerk video.
I heard she mad rich. I heard she dead broke. I heard she sniffing coke.
Shut up, bitch.
Hey yo, Kim the spit.
Man, she don't write her shit.
Nah, Biggie wrote her shit.
Shut up, bitch.
I heard she going to jail.
I heard she out on bail. She don't.
So the cartoon lives on, and then of course there's still the original.
I heard she mad rich. I heard she dead broke. I heard she sniffing coke.
Shut up, bitch.
Hey yo, Kim the spit.
Man, she don't write her shit.
Nah, Biggie wrote her.
So don't worry, guys. That's
The fact that she is the one who uploaded that and not like that wasn't just like part of a troll is mind-boggling. Like all these years later, and I don't know like a lot about Queen of Spade, but that's what's funny is that's probably out of all the stuff that I do know that twerking video is probably the most interesting. Maybe some of her music as well, but like I don't want to listen to this bitch's voice, I'll be honest. But yeah, that's what it is.
still there, and then of course the new classic, the new response that Slothcat had for Queen of Spade, that she can't strike.
Nuts on your chin. Since you put yourself on my dick, I put my nuts on your chin. Nuts on your chin. Since you put yourself on my dick, I put my nuts on your chin. Nuts on your chin. Since you put yourself on.
Now, I personally would be worried about my nuts on that chin, because have you seen that brown tooth? That shit spreads, and once that gets into the dick, it's gonna rot right off, just like that tooth is. Pepsi dick is a big deal. What did you think of those drops, Jessi?
Nuts on my chin was freaking hilarious. But yeah, definitely. I didn't even realize the meth teeth until it was pointed out to me. I guess I kind of just listened to her rants and everything, and then
That wasn't Wes's question. That wasn't Wes's question at all. Stay on topic, Jessi, please.
It's pointed out to me, which is very unfortunate.
Mm.
Yeah, so she seems to come after people where they have talent, and she lacks talent.
Yeah,
Very
she
familiar. I
What
feel
do you
like
mean?
fried chicken. Coming after people with talent. Like, I'm hungry for some fried chicken.
Like evil little McNuggets.
Yeah. So, just attacking people, and I don't know, where it freaking comes from. Just like such, because with me, I like talented people, especially when they're more talented than me. It's inspiring, and I'm very, it's an opportunity to grow more. But some people see it as I'm weak.
Like if Jessi was like trying to be like the new person or like Queen of Spade or whatever, or Spade in the Shade, her like bashing like evil little McNuggets is like would be like really bad, like just like a really bad like PR move or whatever. Because that happens, right? Where like people bash, usually where like people replace like people on like YouTube channels or like even TV shows. Like, could you imagine like the first example I can think of when I was a kid, and this like was really heartbreaking, like my first heartbreak as a kid was when Steve from Blue's Clues laughed and then like Joe came on. Could you imagine if Joe was like on the show like saying that shit? Like maybe like, and he was like just talking bad about Steve, like, yeah, I can't believe Steve left a fucking dog here in his house and went to college. Like, what the fuck? Why do I have to house sit for this piece of shit? Like, I don't know. But something like that, obviously, but like a YouTube channel.
And I'm upset,
It's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that because like we talk about people who were upset and
Like I guess the second one I can think of is the Game Grumps. Like if Dan was like talking shit about Jontron, I mean now it wouldn't matter, but like at first, like the first like episode or whatever, yeah, that would have been really weird because like the transition period is like really hard for a lot of people too. And a lot of people leave like shows whenever that happens, and then they get new fans or whatever.
Evil Little McNuggets was very upset earlier today when I let them know that they were no longer a part of Spade in the Shade, and Evil Little McNuggets had a lot of issues with that because they were like, I helped build the show and we had a good dynamic and things like that, and they said a lot of really mean.
Actually, a matter of fact, like a better example of that happening would be like reboots. A lot of like reboots and sequels and stuff usually have people like talk bad about like the original, and then that just pisses off the original fans. Like, I mean, obviously there was other dumb fucking reasons, but Snow White, the live action remake, like that was one of the reasons why people were mad at that actor. And I'll be like, but me personally, like Snow White always kind of sucked, so like I don't know. Um, but yeah, like it happens a lot. Like and then Wicked, which I watched that, it was pretty good. Wicked Part One. Uh, the well, I guess she didn't really talk bad about the like the Broadway play, but like she was like really mad about that family photo. So yeah, I mean that shit happens a lot, but it's very like, okay, you don't care about this product and you want to change this product. So like fans already have a trouble with change. So like why draw attention to the change? You know what I mean? Unnecessarily.
Things, and they brought up a lot of things about you, and they brought up the Celsius stuff. They brought up like the Theo stuff, and they brought up like when you said that Addie when you accused Addie of spreading CP, you know, or no, getting arrested for. I'm only bringing it up because people are putting it in the chat.
Yeah.
What?
I said fish baiting people, but I do not want to talk about drama. And I
don't want to talk about it either. Listen, the last thing I want to do is talk about this on Spade in the Shade, but people are bringing it up in the chat, and I can't just.
Well, you don't have to read the chat. You don't.
Okay, so I'm just going to ignore that people are saying the person on my panel.
No. Ignore it. Yeah, the crazy.
Okay, I can't just Jessi. I cannot just ignore that people are asking questions about it. So can I just address it really quickly?
Yeah, but I feel like it's more of taking over the stream. But yeah, of course.
Okay, but if the comments continue, that takes over. Guys, I'm gonna say it now, and I'm not gonna say it again. Last week, Jessi did falsely accuse someone of sexually assaulting children. Made it up because Jessi was mad, but you did make
the tit for tat thing, and I was accused of being a pedophile, and it wasn't right.
No one, there's absence of any proof, right? Like, so I mean, you say that you were accused of it, so you accuse this person of it on a live stream.
Yeah, no, and it wasn't right, and I want that to be addressed, and that's why we're going to do the lie detector test.
Well, you said you didn't want it to be addressed.
That I have no malice.
People are addressing it. People are addressing it in the chat, so I want to make sure that we get it out there, so that people.
Go in the chat.
I can't hear you. What was that?
You don't have to be in the chat. I mean, you can, talk to people.
I can't do the show without this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Like, coming in as Arby's and all this stuff, and it just seems a bit kind of unnecessary.
Well, I'm not the people in the chat. Like, these people are coming to the show to watch a show, and quite frankly, they're probably not getting the best show because there's a lot of questions in the chat that aren't being addressed, and then they're going, well, why are they ignoring these questions?
But we agreed that we would.
Hey, I struck Thrilla.
Say that we don't want to talk about drama tonight. It'll be about Shade and Spade, and then we will address things later on because.
Well, that's not even the show name. The show name is Spade in the Shade. So, yeah.
How are you going to address it with the people who are asking about sending pictures to minors and unsolicited nudes, and how are we going to address that later?
Because I've had this going on in my streams for months, so like I'm used to this. Just let them talk, and then let the truth actually come out. I mean, you can't control anything because then they're going to come into all of your streams. So
and then they'll just keep coming back, but then they'll just keep coming back and asking the same questions if the questions don't get answered now.
Right. Yeah, it's called like spam trolling. So just wait and.
Is that what it's called? I feel like her also like not drawing attention to the trolls, because obviously like that's part of the stream, but like her like trying to like tell Wes what to do like during the stream, like that's like this. For a lot of people, like, this is, like, a new person, so if this was, like, actually her introduction into, like, Wes's channel, and we were going to be seeing a lot more of her recently, this would be, like, a very bad, like, introduction. Like, she would be fired. Like if this was, like, a job, she'd be fired after the stream. Or maybe even during it.
Everything will come out,
What do you mean?
I think that, think everything's going to come out like we discussed.
Well, I mean, but how everything? But like, they're specifically addressing the false.
I've seen all of theirs by accident. Like, it wasn't even on purpose.
The false claims about the female last week. That's what they're.
Time, but that's something that we discussed. It would be more appropriate to say that these allegations are going to be addressed in the future time.
Oh yeah, guys, they're going to be addressed at a future time. So did it happen? Yes, but there was a tit for tit reason for it, and it'll be addressed later. Are you satisfied with that? Here, let me put.
Yeah. Oh, do you said tit for tit? This is supposed to be an appropriate stream, Wes.
Tit for tat. And then I did get a message from someone who had something that they wanted to add. First of all, let's move to the next slide here before we get hot, guys, because we're minutes from hopping into our reaction to Queen of Spade, and this was Queen of Spade posting about you, and sharing the videos that Nuggies had put up on the channel and attacking me, saying that I'm disgusting and that I should be ashamed of myself and everything else. But like, if again, Queen has no idea what's going on, is telling people that they need help and they need meds, and then the video said some things about the Gilgo Beach murder and the sex, like all the things that you didn't want being said. But Queen of Spade posted several times about you, which I thought was pretty crazy, especially considering these were in here for.
Okay, well, yeah, that's true. Well, I think everyone has seen Joran's because like it's been like in thumbnails and stuff. But Joran, I guess I did seek out because it was through it was through the Google Drive. And then let's see. Lauren, someone sent it to me. Didn't really ask. It was just in my DMs, which whatever. And then Jessi, I think I don't remember, but I think yeah, I saw that somehow. I don't remember.
For today's stream, but and then she went on with it. She didn't watch any of it. She doesn't know what's going on. All she knows is that there's someone that she can argue with and be on their side. And RSN is mentioned. RSN is mentioned again and again. But I need to do this real quickly and let Celsius.
It might have been whenever I was in her Discord and she just posts nudes in there. But I don't remember.
Celsius Sucks Girl. Celsius Sucks Girl, are you there?
Hello?
Hey, who is this?
It's Celsius Sucks Girl.
Hey, Celsius Sucks Girl, why did you want to join the stream?
I just wanted to talk a little bit, see what's going on.
That's Nuggets. So you're either going to end that right now or we're done.
Well, hold on, because Jessi, hold on.
No,
because...
I'm not. Nope, Wes. I'm telling you right now, you're going to end that conversation or we're done. Because
I will. Look,
we're done.
I will.
Why are you scared of me?
No, I will.
No, I don't want to talk to someone that is severely mentally ill.
And the only one who's mentally ill here is you, babe.
And someone who, I've talked to people about this and saying that why do I feel like he's going to have her on stream? So
I was not going to have Nuggies on the stream. Nuggies came and asked to join because they had something that they wanted to say. So I'm
not going to.
Hey, Jessi, why did you accuse me and Addie of child rape?
That is a good question.
Why did you accuse me of being a Nazi? Why'd you accuse me of all these things? That's the whole freaking thing. You're disgusting.
Yeah, a silly little joke about a Nazi Celsius drink is the same as accusing someone of child rape.
Joke? Saying that my hair is red and I look like a clown.
That is a joke and it's very funny.
That is funny. Hey, Cookie Whoopie Pie.
It's a joke.
That's a bully. That's a bully comment.
So, are you going to relieve her from her stream, or I'm going to leave? And
that she wanted to add to the stream.
No, because listen, we all know that she's mentally ill, and we'd want the best for her, but she goes off on a whole rampage, and I don't want to be involved. So we're going to.
Well, like assuming that Nuggies is like mentally ill, like let's just assume that for a second, if that's like the narrative we're going off of. Why would kicking them off the stream after letting them on the stream be good for them? Like, wouldn't that be like worse for their mental health? Like, if Jessie's like trying to prove like she's normal and like she's just being harassed by this person, would keeping civil in public like do like a lot better job of that? Or just say, well, like stay for a little bit and then say, well,